Hey, Chico Lopez here, guys. I get a lot of calls from people that already know exactly who I am. I'm a breeder. I'm a real breeder, a creator of the Golden Vein. Don't want to talk a little bit too much about me, but I guess some people that come here and they don't know who I am, they need to know that whenever they're going to hear any message that is related to American Pitbull Terriers, you should be getting a pedigree of the man before you get the pedigree of the dog. And so this video will go into a website that I created, the perfect dog breeder. And so happens to be there's a lot of people that are contacting me right now looking for me to be like kind of a mentor, to tell them a little bit about what are the steps they gotta take in life to become great dog breeders. And I gotta tell you, it's a very difficult world. Very, very deep. You guys have no understanding. You guys see me flying on first class and creating all this history and becoming all the accolades and everything else. First of all, the steps and some of the best lessons, I learned them early. Some of the best lessons, I learned them late. Most of the people start the wrong way. And I guess, as I was talking today to a 62-year-old guy that got a heart attack and wanted to look by a dog. And we were talking about, he was telling me a little bit about his story. And I told him how I did my life, and he realized he made all his life as being a whole mistake. His whole approach about dogs, about the pedigrees, about the breeding process and the dogs he owned, he literally all his life, he owned nothing but common dogs. And it's pretty simple. You might have a dog right now, you're listening to this, and I got all respect for your dog. It's a concept that you must understand, that the relationship that you have with your dog or anybody has with their dog is a very special and very meaningful relationship, and I do respect that. I do very much respect that, and I believe that you should take care of your dog and take care of the dog the best way possible. Feed it fresh meat and do this and that and give your dog a great life. Yet at the same time, I know that this dog, you might think is your son or might replace your son. Everybody betray you, so there's a bond between you and the dog. People have similar bonds sometimes with a lizard, with a chicken, with a rabbit, with a hamster, with a cat. I do understand that with the dogs, and some of the dogs that do have American Pitbull Terrier in them or in the pedigree is a little stronger or a lot stronger per se. Some people got their own stories, and the stories might be a little harder than others. But I want you to know this. That dog is special to you and to you only. And I know you think it's the best dog in the world, and you don't give a crap if your dog next to a dog like Shiga the Great is nothing but a common dog. That your dog next to Awesome Buck or the Bagman or Atos or Mayweather or Copper Day or Copperhead or any of these dogs, your dog at that particular moment, when you face it in front of these dogs, when you put it next to each other and you start to have measurables, the measure quality, at that particular point, your dog becomes literally like worthless. So people make mistakes. We live in a world of acceptance and fitting in and singing Kumbaya, let's hold hands, and everyone be friends. And this is a huge problem when it comes to people, because people, they believe that everybody's equal, and they apply this to the dogs, and it's a tremendous mistake. The dog, the American Pitbull Terrier, is a competitive animal that was never made to be equal. It was bred for superiority. There was a competition to which man can create a better dog. And the title of being a dogman, it was earned. It wasn't given to you or self-titled by yourself. And you couldn't get these from the homies. You had a whole bunch of homies that call you dogman, you're not a dogman. That was very clear to me back in 1990. And it's something that today is so easy thrown around. And people call themselves dogmans and they call themselves breeders. There's no such a thing as breeders out there. I look at them, I spend time online. Some of them have websites, some of them don't have a website. Some of them, they've been breeding dogs for 30, 40, 50 years. They got the little pictures on top of their fireplace mantle, and some of them by the little entry wall door and stuff like that, the little tables. Breeding dogs don't make you a breeder. You're a breeder when you're meaningful. And meaningful goes beyond you making happy the neighbors and you making happy other people. And then there's another level, it's called creators, the guys that actually create the breed. There's so many people breeding dogs at a homeboy, neighborhood, backyard breeder. You don't have to live in the hood to be a backyard breeder. You can live in a mansion and have a couple of liters and sell them, give them to your friends and stuff, you're still a backyard breeder. So there is, people do it because of profits. When the American Pitbull Terrier, the real American Pitbull Terrier, which is not the UKC dog, but it was some dogs that were raised here at the ADBA at the time, because that's, some of them were not. The American Pitbull Terrier is also only one, and he's only the best. Within the American Pitbull Terrier, you had a whole bunch of dogs. A man had 100 dogs, another man had another 100 dogs, and all of a sudden you get a dog like Mayday, and people just got out of the dogs, or people just started breeding to dogs like Mayday or like Jeep, or these dogs that were available for them to breed. They got rid of every idea they had, and they got to reset in their minds that they were breeding to the best. And the breed is only written by only the best. Everyone else is just a dog fancier. Dog breeder, dog fancier. Dogman, dog fancier. The term of dog fancier was used a lot before. They don't use it anymore because they upgraded their own names into dog breeders and dogmen. But there's only dog fanciers. And knowing how to inject your dog and how to breed your dog and all these maintenance, regular stuff that are important in life are part of being a dogman, maybe 2% or maybe 1%. The real dogman is something else. The real breeder is something else. The creator is something else. So for you guys that want to be breeders and creators and stuff like that, for the American Pitbull Terrier is over. It's a very long conversation. I'm not going to have it on this video here, but you can read it through my pages. Of course, in the future, as I get older, I wish I can find some very wealthy people that want to invest in the breed and want to invest on themselves and have some really, really great dogs where they can actually, hold on a second, where they can actually, breed dogs according to my program and my ideas, and one day have these beautiful dogs that, you know, I'm dead already for 30, 40 years, and the quality of dogs as pets, as athletic dogs is still the same. I can tell you this, is very difficult. Very, very difficult. Don't breed dogs. The cancer of the breed is the breeder. The neighborhood guy, the puppy mill. The shelters became a business. There's a business, a very profitable business called the shelter. And so the guys, you know, they have these new places where you go and all these neighborhood guys, they have all different breeds. They arrange them by breeds, and they can pay at $5 or whatever and post their pictures of the dogs and put their dogs for sale. Then you have the Craigslist ads where they put their dogs for sale. All those are canine junk when it comes to the quality of a dog in terms of being a dog that levels into the breed as an animal that belongs to a breed. A dog doesn't have to be a member of a particular breed to be a good dog, but to be a great dog within a breed where the trails of that particular breed, you better be the best, otherwise you're junk. And so all these dogs they call Pitbulls, the Blues, the XLs, the Double X's, the Triple X's, the Giants, those dogs did not exist in 1980. There was no giant Pitbulls. There was never elite level dogmen that had giant Pitbulls. There was none of that stuff. So my advice to you, if you want to become a breeder, read very well what it takes to be a breeder. Spend time, buy from the very top, from the very best. You need to do that part first. Who is the best? And you take from the very best, from the king of the hill, and you continue going from there. And you do it because you love it. And once I say this, you do it because you love it, by this time, there's only going to be a few people saying, I want to be a breeder. Because they want to do it because they like their dog only. You can't just like your dog to be a really great breeder. You really have to have a good sense of what the whole entire metrics of the breed is, and love the idea of taking that metrics to another level. If not, you cannot be a breeder, because otherwise what you do is a guy that breed dogs. A breeder loves the breed and loves the metrics of it, the entirety of it. And it's a sacrifice. You sacrifice your life. There's literally no weekends and fun and stuff like that. It's dedication. Your fun becomes a dog's, literally. And if you can live with that, you can do it. If your wife don't like it, then the wife has to go. Whatever has to go, you stay with the dog solid. So I know a lot of guys that entered the breed and they want to be breeders. They did it for 5 years, 6 years, 7 years, and then they quit. And all the efforts they did, all the breedings they did, created mutts that whoever bought those dogs from them or whoever they give the dogs to or place the dogs with, those mutts got bred. And those mutts produce other mutts and other mutts and other mutts and other mutts. And one guy that tried to become a dogman, that tried to become a breeder, and his little effort for the next 5 years to 10 years created a genetic disaster for the breed. So, think about it very well. Take your time. Look at your life. You'll be giving up a lot of stuff. It takes IQ, brains, and it takes a lot of financing for you to become a breeder. There's really no money into you becoming a breeder. There's no rewards to becoming a breeder. Your capacity, my personal capacity, could have gone somewhere else and be utilized to make a whole lot big money. And I decided to put in the American Pitbull Terrier. A lot of the great lessons, I learned them 10 years ago. And that's one thing you must understand, that you're not going to get your best lessons at the very beginning. And at this particular point, when you're thinking about becoming a breeder because it's cool and you're trying to be like Chico Lopez, it's nice. And I feel honored that you're trying to be like me. But it's very, very difficult. Very difficult, just so you know. Okay? Very difficult. Very expensive. And I love it. I don't regret it. I love it. I love the dogs. I love my journey. It's absolutely special. But I know the kind of man I am. And it took a whole lot of me to become the man I am. There'll be a lot of haters, a lot of people that don't like you because you're special, because they can live with you being special. And again, you meet a lot of great people that love you because they respect who you are, they respect your marriage, they respect your character, and you cannot expect to make a great breeder out of a piece of shit, man. You gotta be a top of the line man to become a top of the line breeder. Take breeding very, very seriously. Other than that, I really can help you more. I make these articles. My time is worth a lot of money. I wouldn't be able to take the phone and mentoring me and coach me and all that. I don't do that. So take as much, rewind this, watch it a couple times until it gets to your head. For most people, the best thing you could do is own a dog from the best breeder you can find. And I challenge you to find someone that has a better journey than me and has a better dog than I have. You cannot find a better dog than the dog that I breed. If these dogs were not attached to the fake blues, to the fake double X's, triple X's, the fake giants, and the fake $2 mutts that have all over the United States under the name of Pitbulls, and they were the old dogs and they had a different name, the effort we put on these dogs will be $50,000 other breed. Like if you take this effort to develop these into Labradors, into German Shepherds or whatever breed you want, these dogs will be $50,000 because there's no other breeding program that is on the level though where we are right now. There's none ever in history, never. Most people, they hear gossip and stuff like that. No idea. We traveled the world, we created great things, and we're very proud. And today, we want to serve humanity, want to serve people by providing the very best dogs in the world to the very best families. And that's why I don't work with breeders, I don't work with hustlers, I don't work with criminals, and I'm looking for people that have an IQ. If you don't have an IQ, but you have money, if you sound like an idiot, I won't sell you a dog either. I'm looking for great families. My name is Chico Lopez. You can always find me at chicolopez.com. Take care, and I hope this video does add value to you and maybe save you from becoming a junk dog breeder or becoming a crash person that never create nothing great in your life. I advise you that if you're smart, I advise you to find the areas of strength in your life become a great doctor, a great engineer, a great businessman, or something like that. Breeding is too difficult. At this level where I'm at, it's too difficult and it's not profitable. God bless you. Bye.